Hey, are you afraid of heights? Well, you better hold on to your seats because today we're going on a zipline adventure. On today's show, if you are looking for a new way to challenge yourself and get some exercise, we have a place for you. And big brothers and big sisters in Langley. Also, did you know Gen Y has been on the air for 20 years? See all this and more right now on Generation Y. Hello, and welcome to Gen Y, a show for youth and by youth. I'm Ben, and tonight we will be bringing you a series of stories highlighting topics of interest to us teens. In our first story, I conquer my fear of heights alongside my good friend Aidan at Maple Ridge's Wild Play Adventure Park. Are you looking for a cool way to connect with nature, get some exercise, and step outside your comfort zone? Then Wild Play Element Park is for you.
Wild Play is an outdoor adventure park based on the concept of primal fun, which means you're getting back to nature through aerial adventures such as ziplining, bridges, things like that.
Wild Play is really a unique, total body experience. You need to be able to come into the park ready to use arms, legs, and all limbs just to have a lot of fun.
So we're about to do the extreme course. What are we in for?
All right, so first you're gonna climb up a rope ladder. Once you get to the top, you're gonna go across some wiggly logs, and then you're gonna climb across these 4 nets, which is pretty physically demanding. And after that, one of my favorite parts, you have a rope swing. We call it the pendulum swing. So you hook in, get a little bit of a free fall first, then you swing really fast into a cargo net, and then climb to the platform. After that, we have a tightrope, and then a whole bunch of zip lines, and they're the longest ones in the park, so they're super awesome, and you're on the ground.
Before we got started, safety first, so we put on our harnesses.
Just over your belly button for me, please.
Right here?
Yeah, that's perfect. How's that?
Excellent.
You must remain attached to this orange lifeline at all times.
Okay.
Then, grip and clip. Grip, clip.
So there's always one carabiner attached?
Yes, so you're gonna have 2 attached at all times, and then when you're transferring your clips to the next lifeline, that's why you grip and clip, so you can just do 1 at a time like this.
Okay.
So on the zip line, you guys are gonna grab this pulley, straighten this black strap, hook, and then look.
Whoa, I better not look down. Oh my.
Grab the rope, nice!
The adrenaline rush is definitely something that is a favorite. How often do you guys come down here?
About every day.
Whenever I'm free, I'm down here.
Yeah.
Usually it's like 3 or 4 times a week.
I love the thrill and the adventure aspect of it, and it just gives you lots of adrenaline at some of the points in the course. And the people down here are really friendly.
At first I just got drawn into here by the staff, and then as I'm going around the course, you just get the rush of adrenaline as you do new games.
Oh no.
Welcome to the WTF, or What's to Fear jump, guys. It's a 12-foot free fall, and it's super fun. You guys are gonna love it. So if you guys wanna come over here, I'll help you. Let's get clipped into the ladder. WTF jump is our What's to Fear jump. And it's a 40-foot platform. You climb up a ladder, we hook you in, you jump off, you get about a 12-foot free fall, and then the system catches you, slowly belays you to the ground, and you land on your feet. It's super fun. WTF jump! Oh.
that bad. It was like 2 seconds. We'd like to thank the staff at Wild Play Elements Park for helping me overcome my fear of heights today.
Yeah, and I think I need some deodorant.
This is Ben.
And this is Aidan.
Signing out for Gen Y. That was so much fun. Aidan and I will definitely be going back there sometime in the future. Now we go across the water to North Vancouver, where we learn about finances at Van City. Financial literacy. Today, we find out why it is important for teens to increase their money education. Hi there, I'm here to see Sadaf.
Yeah, she's in the back.
Okay, thanks so much. Hi there.
Hello.
I'm here to open up a new account today.
Okay, good. So we have a few options here. I can show you what we have.
All right.
There's a few savings and checkings. It's a life skill. So you should learn how to use money. You should know that it's a limited supply that you have and make some good choices with it. We have an e-package here. These are our checking accounts. So these are the options. We have a US one, and this one is a daily savings account where you earn high interest. Some of them, if you keep over $1,000, then you won't be charged monthly.
There are many misconceptions regarding teens and their money.
If parents have been giving you an allowance and you've asked for things and you've been getting it, you might not actually understand that, you know what, there is a limited supply here and there's an income and a paycheck, and you need to start budgeting and knowing how to live within your means so you don't get yourself into problems down the road with credit.
One of my personal financial goals is to buy a car. So I was curious, what are some other things that teens are saving for?
So what the idea is you as an individual thinking about what's going to motivate me. So what will help me save? So it could be the car, your first car that you want to have. It could be paying for driving lessons, education down the road. You might need to help your parents, so you're trying to get a job and save money for education. And then down the road, as you're getting older, it's going to be maybe your first property.
So what can you tell me about spending versus saving?
That's a really, really important concept. And it really, in my mind, comes down to understanding what you need versus what you want. You probably can't have everything that you want, so make some choices. And learn how to save early. So put some money aside. If you have a job, save 10% of it. And we talk in my business in credit unions and banking a lot about compound interest. So invest your money in a term deposit and let the money that earns compound and keep growing for you. As well as it's really important to start saving monthly. If you can put a little bit of money aside monthly, you're going to get ahead faster too.
So could you tell me about the different types of savings?
Sure. So if you have some accumulated savings and maybe it's from work, basically you can either do something very safe and just save in your bank or credit union with a term deposit. It's going to be a very low interest rate because we're at a generational low for rates right now. We're talking 1 or 2%. It's not exciting, but it's safe. And then if you want something to grow a little bit more for you and you're getting older and you want more experience, then you'll move into maybe something with a stock or a bond or a mutual fund world. But what's really important is, in terms of how you save, is if you've got a first-time job or you're starting to work part-time, to actually file a tax return if you've got income from an employer, because that will generate what's called RSP room for you that you can use as you get older.
We were curious about any money-saving tips Sophia could share.
First, the cell phone. So you have a cell phone that you use, presumably, and there's a bill every month. So you need to be thinking about what are my charges costing. And to save yourself money, if you are paying your bill, shop around for the best plan. Ask questions and negotiate for a good price. And the second one that I see all the time and think about is Starbucks. If you're buying frappuccinos all the time or mochachinos, that's adding up. That's actually an expensive product, and Starbucks makes a lot of money off that product. So if you're going to be the one funding that, you've got to be thinking, how can I save money? Maybe I just get 2 a week instead of 5.
So why is it important for kids and teens to start saving early?
Okay, that's a great question. So what you need to understand is that if you start younger, you'll be able to put aside a smaller amount of money, hopefully monthly, to achieve your future savings goal. But if you put that off by 5 or 10 years to reach the same amount of money down the road, you're actually going to need to save a lot more monthly. So the earlier you start, it's easier for you to reach a long-term objective.
Today I learned that short-term pain is long-term gain, and definitely is the key to financial success. This is Ben signing out for Gen Y. Thanks, Sophia, for those interesting and helpful tips. And after the break, we meet a teen who wants to show the world that ADHD rocks. Also after the break, for our 20-year anniversary, we bring you an interview with 2 former Gen Y hosts. Gen Y will be right back.
Is it okay to say
No.
Would I be allowed to say
No.
How long does it take to get to third base?
Long. Trust me.
Do you have a show idea? Want to be on TV? Dream about creating local television content? Shaw is proud to support Access Programming and offers volunteer opportunities for in-studio and on-location productions. If you want to get involved, visit our website. See you on TV.
Welcome back to Gen Y. Tonight, we are in downtown Vancouver, bringing you a special story on a teen who is raising awareness and educating others on the important topic of ADHD.
If you haven't noticed, I have ADHD.
What is ADHD?
ADHD is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It basically rattles my brain, so it's hard to get things kind of into one group. I'm not able to do one thing at a time. I always get super distracted. It really did cause me to get bullied a lot, but I don't really care now because it's kind of shaped who I am. I've become stronger because of it.
Jeff came up with the idea for the website because most ADHD websites were not youth-friendly.
Whenever I went online, there was nothing for kids by kids. It was all just pieces of texts. There was no pictures, no color, no nothing. It wasn't engaging at all. And I'd start reading like 2 sentences and get bored out of my mind.
Jeff also interacts with his website members in real time using modern day technology.
How are things going at school?
I'm not getting as bad grades as I was last year.
Perfect. Sam, he's been on the website for quite a while. He's actually contributed quite a lot of content. He is a very large fan of my work.
Sam, all the way from Newfoundland, shared how the ADHD Kids Rock website has helped him. How has this website helped you in dealing with your ADHD in general?
It's helped me to learn I am not by myself in this.
Do you have any strategies that you use to help you with your ADHD?
I sometimes, when I'm getting a bit too angry, I have to leave the room.
Where do you get the ideas for your blog?
Usually I get ideas from other people. Most of the time they'll pop into my head, and I have had quite a few people actually give me ideas and kind of write their own blog and ask if I can put it on there.
The amazing work of the ADHD Kids Rock website has been recognized with various awards and achievements.
When I first started off the website, I applied for the Scholarships for Real Life program put on by the WDS Foundation, and I won. That was $12,000, and that was what helped to build the website and get it going. I did a Kickstarter campaign during the summer, and that got funded. That raised another $14,000. Just recently, I applied for a Patient Advocacy Award, and I won that too.
Teachers don't always help kids with ADHD, so we asked Jeff for some tips.
Just talk to them about it. Learn as much as you can about them and what works. Ask them if they have any strategies and help them to come up with some.
What is the message you have to give to youth with ADHD?
That you're not alone. I also have a message that I want to give to all parents and teachers, is that you cannot punish the ADHD out of us. I hope to make the website kind of self-sustaining so then other people like youth and anyone who really has any good ideas, they will actually contribute their own content to it, and then other people can, collaborate and talk about it.
What a great idea. The ADHD Kids Rock website is giving kids with ADHD a voice. This is Connor signing out for Gen Y.
Such a helpful website. Great job, Jeff. Now, have you ever thought about being a mentor to a younger student? Well, up next, we visit the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Langley program that is showing teens what a difference they can make in a young child's life.
Working with the kids is really great. You get to mix it up and you kind of get to do things that you normally wouldn't get to do at this age, and you kind of get to be a big kid yourself.
Being a role model, friend, and volunteer. Today we learned that is what a teen mentor in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program does.
So Big Brothers Big Sisters is Canada's largest mentoring organization. So what we do is we provide mentoring programs to children in the community. So we have a number of different mentoring options based on the needs of our children and the families that we serve, as well as the interests of the volunteers. We have one-to-one programming options. So they can go into a program that's called in-school mentoring. So they would be matched one-on-one with an elementary-aged student, as well as group mentoring programs where essentially a group of kids are being mentored by a few volunteers. They are Go Girls, which is group mentoring program for girls, and then we have Game On, which is the group mentoring program for boys. The program itself runs, and it's based on really helping kids bring making healthy life choices.
In 2006, due to high demand, the Teen Mentorship Program was brought to Langley.
Our goal is to serve as many kids as possible in Langley. So our mission is that every child in Langley who needs a mentor has a mentor. And that's really hard to do when you're relying solely on adult volunteers. So in 2006, we introduced the Teen Mentoring Program, and it started with just the high school at Walnut Grove, and it since has expanded and has grown quite significantly since we first started it. And it has really been a testament just to how much interest is there for teens who want to get involved in their community, as well as the schools who recognize the need and the benefit of the mentoring programs themselves.
Why did you personally get involved with this program?
Well, I got involved because I know the impact that mentoring can have on boys, and I've seen the benefits that it can have just having someone to look up to and having a role model. The program covers varying topics and activities, all centered about facilitating discussions about issues and pressures facing boys and promoting healthy lifestyles.
There was a presentation at my high school when I was in grade 12, and she basically explained it as like you're teaching a class, and I want to be an elementary school teacher once I finish university, so I was like, oh, that'd be a great opportunity to like get my foot in the door, give it a try kind of thing. So I started in my grade 12 year and been doing it ever since.
The activities vary from board games, sports, crafts, to even just talking.
Well, it really varies by group because the group dynamics are always changing. But generally the boys are always eager to get into the activities. Before we even arrive, they're already talking together, playing activities. If they have a soccer ball, something like that, they're already getting at a game. By the time I arrive, it's really getting into things, introductions, and then we jump right at the activities. We open up with some games, and we try to branch out of the conventional sports like basketball, hockey, soccer. We try going into more creative activities that they aren't so used to and so exposed to.
I personally take part in the Go Girls, so it's just a group of girls. We all get together, we play some games, have some discussions, basically just like some girl time, one-on-one.
There are a lot of success stories that come out of the Teen Mentorship Program.
We had one boy, he had a lot of anxiety, didn't really like to participate, but near the end he slowly opened up and really turned out to be a great kid.
This boy was really kind of struggling at school, was having a hard time engaging, and just not really finding the interest to be there, was feeling really low, really down. Pretty much the teacher said the minute that his teen volunteer came, riding her skateboard, it was pretty much he was sold from the minute he saw her, just because there's just that level of coolness sometimes that the teens bring into the program, that the kids are loving them the minute they walk into the door, because they feel really special, they feel really cool that this person walked over from the high school and is spending time just with them.
Who would make a good teen mentor?
You have to be someone that's internally motivated to bring about some change, to be a good role model.
Anyone that can just devote some time and talk to the kids, honestly, because all they want to do is just have fun and have someone pay attention to them.
What would your message be to someone who is out in the community and is thinking about getting involved in this program?
Honestly, if you're thinking about it, you're probably a perfect fit and you should just give it a try. Once you get into it, you'll love it from the start, so it's just give it a shot.
Well, spend some time studying the program, find out what it's really about, find out what the values they try teaching to the youth. If it's something that sounds like it'll interest you, it probably will.
That's so inspiring. What a big difference a program like that can make. Okay, now stay tuned, because after the commercial break, we'll be bringing you a very special interview with former Gen Y cast members as we celebrate our 20 years on air. Gen Y, we'll be right back.
Should I start smoking?
No.
Why are boys so weird?
I wish I knew.
I want a boyfriend.
So do I.
I'm thinking about getting a face tattoo.
Creating local TV that matters to your community. Shaw TV, your local voice.
Welcome back to Gen Y. Since 1995, Gen Y has been bringing you interviews, skits, host segments, and all by and for teens. Today, we caught up with some Gen Y alumni for a special interview on Shaw TV.
Well, for 20 years, a show for youth by youth called Gen Y has aired on Shaw TV. Joining us on the couch are two former hosts of Gen Y, Anita Bath and Suzanne Smith. Welcome.
Thank you.
Or welcome back, I guess I should say.
Right.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So Gen Y, a show done by young people for young people. Tell us a bit about it, Suzanne.
Well, the show started when a social service agency called Options identified that there was an opportunity for youth to be heard and to have some of the issues that were important to them tabled. And so a big forum was created, and it was a one-time event, and hundreds of youth came out and they shared what was really important to them. And tons of topics were discussed, but out of that they realized that a program more regularly needed to exist, and that's when local cable came in and partnered and created this show called Generation Y, which is now Gen Y.
Yeah, and you were a reporter, host?
Yeah, I was an original cast member at 15. I auditioned and terrified, joined the team, and it was a really neat opportunity. Yeah, pretty fun.
So neat that it's been around so long. Anita, how has it affected your life? You now work in the industry. What are some of the biggest things you learned from it?
Oh, so many things. I mean, I learned how to come up with questions. I learned how to research topics. Everything I know now about the industry, I learned from Gen Y. And if it wasn't for the show, I wouldn't be working in the broadcasting industry now. The show helped me develop my love for the industry, and that's why I'm here today.
Working at News 1130. And you were telling us in the green room, you have some great stories of bands that you interviewed, huge bands like Our Lady Peace.
Right, Our Lady Peace, Chantal Kraviatsek. At 17, they sent me to a media scrum with the Prime Minister, Jean Chrétien. And
What's that like for you?
Like terrifying. I was like with all these very sophisticated reporters and like my little microphone chasing down the Prime Minister. What an opportunity. And this doesn't happen unless a show like this exists for young people. So it was quite special.
How has it changed over the years? It seemed to remain the same or change a little bit? How has it evolved?
It started off as a half-an-hour-long show, or an hour-long show, was it?
Yeah, hour with live calls.
Yeah, live calls, skits, band interviews, talking about different topics. And then it went into sort of the form where I was in, and it was only 3 minutes. We had 3 minutes every week on Shaw, and now it's gone back to that sort of original format.
Right.
Except now it's that show where you have all these different 3-minute segments talking about topics like bullying and depression, all the way to grad fashion shows. It really covers everything.
Right. How to get a job, how to apply for university, and then the heavy stuff like suicide and, how, peer pressure. And, we talked a lot about bullying in our time because it was a problem then like it is a problem now. And, kids that had, maybe taken their own life because of some severe bullying in their schools. And so there was some heavy stuff, but we also had some light things that were really fun. So, yeah.
That's the cool thing is you're not only learning about the industry, but you're learning about all these other topics that you may not have experienced.
Absolutely. And I think it, for me, was the start of like my interest in social justice and just, my awareness of other people. I think sometimes teenagers get a little bit tunnel vision, or maybe we as adults say that they do. And this was an opportunity to kind of get outside of yourself and realize that the world is bigger and that this short 5 years of my life or 6 years is not going to last forever, right? So it was kind of neat for that.
What an amazing experience. Do you have a memory, one particular segment that really sticks out, Anita?
Oh, I think for me, honestly probably interviewing a young woman. She was 16 years old and she had cancer at the time. And she had been fighting it since she was a little girl, and it, you know, she battled it and it came back, and she battled and it came back. And I remember meeting this woman, and I was so impressed by just her zest for life, her love for all things life. And that for me, I will never forget, because it was sort of the first hard-hitting interview that I had done that really allowed me to look outside of the box, not just think about, you know, my teenage issues at the time. So that was a big one for me.
Perspective, yeah. What about you?
Oh, mine's just silly and superficial. We were
that too.
We were a live show at the time, and I was this like lanky 17-year-old, and so we had phone-in callers, and a boy called in and asked me out live on the air, and it was like, oh, I was terrified. I didn't know what to say. Very unsophisticated about it, and
What did you say?
oh, we'll talk later. Like really uncomfortable. It was quite funny. My co-host
Awesome.
really played it up and had fun with it.
Yeah. Well, we have to do a quick shout out to Minnie Gill, who's been with Gen Y since the beginning. Can you chat a bit about her?
Minnie is actually my cousin, so that's how I got into the world of broadcasting in the first place and learned about Gen Y. Minnie has been there since day one, and she is really, I mean, one of the biggest reasons why this show has stayed on the air.
Yes.
And she has provided such an opportunity for youth to have this platform and to do this. Minnie's not paid. She does this all through her volunteer time.
For 20 years.
For 20 years.
Yeah. And she's had help too. I mean, Jim Reese has been like instrumental since
we
the
work with
beginning.
here right now, yeah.
Exactly. So, and plenty of others at Options, Services to Community Society. They've all been instrumental at keeping this together. So it's been wonderful.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I want to work on this.
Well, we already have it. We do this already.
We do this
so,
already.
yeah,
Yes,
that's
right.
good.
That's good. But the show sounds amazing,
Yeah.
and it is still amazing. So.
Yeah.
And tell other kids, because you know it's a wonderful way to get into the industry and get started. So yeah, spread the word. There's still a chance to get involved.
And even for kids who don't just want to go into broadcasting, just if you
Yes.
want to learn about new things, if you want to have fun and try something new, then it's a great opportunity.
Challenge yourself, learn, have some fun. Thanks for sharing your stories and your memories.
Thank you for helping us celebrate.
Thanks for coming back.
Wow, that was so interesting to see how much the show has really changed and evolved over the years. And it was especially interesting to see how much of an influence it had on the previous generation. Well, that's a wrap for this edition of Gen Y. If you have any ideas for the show or would like to be on the show, you can send us an email at the address below, or you can visit our YouTube channel for past episodes. For Gen Y, this is Ben. Here's to a great 20 years, and thanks for watching.
Gen Y is brought to you by Options Community Services.
Tonight, we are in Dogtown, Massachusetts. For Ben, this is Gen Y. Tonight, we are in Ohio.
And we chillin' and we